I am going to start sewing Simplicity 4422, and I am going to do this set right here, which happens to be Ken item number 6. And here is my Barbie wearing that blue dress that I made. And let me go back so you can see and adjust the lighting. So there is Barbie, and this is her dress right here, the one in blue. And what I'm doing is actually trying to recreate from the actual artwork, or what we have here on print. And let me show you what I have in store for Ken. So I am adjusting this so that my camera will stay put. Oh, great. I'm going to do the is on top of it right now. So I'm going to do the pants. I'm going to do that cardigan and a shirt. The shirt is going to be out of this material right here. This is a ready cut piece, which is the sleeve, and it matches this dress that I made for Skipper. So it's going to be a matching to her little rainy day checkers, and that's the inspired set that I made for Skipper. And I am going to move her along to the back. There we go, so that we can see. Well, we won't be able to see when I'm sewing because the machine is going to be pressing down. So let me move Barbie so that we can get started with our work. Here is the ready-made, and I'm going to move Ken too. So here we go, much better. I'm going to move Ken for later when we are ready to dress him up. And here is the prepped up shirt. This is the pattern. I went ahead and got tissue, actually like transparent paper. So here are the pants, and this is the material for the pants right here. And the cardigan is right here. And let me show you the material for the cardigan. This is a medium thick. Can you see the texture here? It's a medium thick material. It's very velvety. This is the back. And this is the very same material that I used for the Dawn doll 1 million BC, if you got to see that one, if you follow my channel. So I'm going to move this along, and I'm going to start with the easiest thing, which is the pants, and then move on to the rest. So I have all these little pieces here on the side that I wanted to show you. One of the things that I wanted to show you is this is the exact pattern piece from the pattern, and I want to show you my hack in order for you not to have too much trouble. When I sew it, I find out that there's always extra at the top. So this is an exact copy of this right here, but if you can see, it's not equal. So let me put it equal. What I did here, this is equal to that. So what I did here is I put it on my pattern. This is where, or as far as my sleeve goes, because it doesn't have to be that pointy. In order for you to save yourself this trouble, this is how much I cut into this pattern, and it works very well for me. So let me show you here how I cut this. This is the piece for the shirt, and if you can see right here, I am following my own guide. You don't need all of this right there. So I'm going to start with the shirt to show you this, that we don't need all of that. So I'm going to move the pattern here to the side, and let me show you what it looks like if you haven't seen it. There is a pattern for the pants, the sleeve that we just talked about. This right here is for the little pockets, and the cardigan has pockets. Let me see here. Right there. So those are the pockets. And it's a cardigan, so it doesn't have any sleeves. And because of that, we have this piece right here, which goes around the cardigan. And here is the piece right here. This piece right here is going to go around the cardigan or the sweater. This cardigan reminds me of Mr. Rogers' cardigan. So I'm going to move this aside, and we are going to start sewing. So let me move this along. I'm going to move my pieces away. And we're still here with the cardigan. So these are the pants. We'll do that later. It's going to be fairly easy. So on to the shirt. This right here is our collar. This is the front. And this part right here is going to fold like this. See how well it goes into the side? I'll put this right here. And this is the back. This is the back of the shirt. And it's very hard to see which part is the back and which part is the front. It's cotton, so either way for this is going to be fine. And I am going to start pressing down on these pieces, and I'm going to connect. Let me see if I can see. This is very vibrant here. You can see that. So it really doesn't matter. So first thing is I'm going to connect the top, and I'm going to have this in a medium stitch. So I'm going to be adjusting the lighting here for both of us, for you and for me, and that looks much nicer. Don't you agree? So there goes one side, and here comes the other. And the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to put the sleeve so that you can see what I am talking about when I cut the top. Because that is the very first thing on our mind, is how is that going to work? So I'm going to open this up, and I am going to go around it so that it can stay there. This press. And I'm going to do the other side. And this is a very nice habit to get into. Of course, if I iron it, it would stay there, but I can iron it later, and this only takes about not even a minute. And I am going to do the same right here. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Well, what happened is that we lost the thread, so I'm going to put this in here now. All right, let's do this again. Okay, so here's the inside of our shirt, and I am going to sew the sleeve. I'm going to sew it from the beginning or from the end, whatever you want to call this part. So I'm going to press it right there, and I am just going to follow it all the way around. And I do see these little pieces of thread there. So did you notice how I moved this around the edge? Just lift it up, and while the needle is pressing it down, just follow it through. So let's see here. Okay, so we have just a little bit extra right here on this end, and this is a very clean cut. So for the other one, it's not that much. It's very, very little. So let's do the other side. And what I can do here is, since I saw that there's a little bit left over, I can just go ahead and leave just a tiny bit over to the side. And that should be enough for us to have a very close connection there. Oh, I had the foot pulling a thread over there. So because I put a little bit on that other side, this should be just perfect on this side and perfect on the other. The other one is going to be just fine. So since I am here, I am going to clip it along the sides here. Oh, let's get some light here. Just going to clip it here along with the bottom. And that's going to ease it up. And the same on the other side. See how it's wavy in there? I'm going to clip it, and that's going to take care of this. Okay. That eases it up a lot. So right here, I am going to give it the hem. Okay, so now we are going to work with the collar. And here is the collar. So Just going to sew it along the side like this. This is a very nice fall color. So I clipped the edges so that we can have a very nice pointy collar, and moving it with my finger here, and just easy enough with the scissors, just help it along, get the pointiness out, and go ahead and close this up. So here is our collar. And what I do is fold it in the middle so that I know exactly where we are in the middle. So I clipped it in the middle, and there you can see it. And if you want, we can go ahead and fold this over to the side. And I could have done this right before I started sewing it, so this is the middle for all case and purposes right here, and right there, and just align it. So I like the color here on this side. The other one doesn't have that much, so I'm going to align it like this right here so that we can have it. And look at that, how perfect. I did not plan this at all. It's perfect. It's a perfect match. So I'm going to pin this here, right there, and just follow it through, and just put it as far as right here. And then when I sew it with the sewing foot, I'll just go ahead and adjust that. So there. And since I'm going to start right here, I am going to put the pin right here, which happens to be right here, the middle connection, and just align it like that while I am holding it. And start sewing it along. Oh, I wasn't careful, and I went ahead and sewed on it in the back. So I'm going to have to take this out because it got cut. It got caught in there. So I'm going to move this and start over on this little corner here. See that? There we go. So let's okay, here we go. And there is our collar. So there's a lot of threading going on over here. So the next thing to do is Let me show you what I do. This is the exact pattern from Simplicity right here. Let me put it alongside here, right there. So what I do is sew it very, very close. I don't use that much, so you'll see right now what I'm going to do. I sew it very close to the edge. Okay, now put this alongside, and it's going to go all the way across here. You see that? So now the next thing to do, hi, welcome. So I'm going to add this here to the side. And I am going to sew very close. I could have put tulle in here, but since this is very soft, it's going to work just fine. I'm sewing very, very close to the edge. And there we are. So now the next thing to do is put the middle, remember when we did that little middle spot? Put the middle right there, right there. And massage it here. The collar is right over here on this tip. So just massage it to where the collar is nicely put in there, and sew it right along. And right now it's a good time to be taking out all the thread and cleaning this up here. Just getting it nice and even here at the top. So right now it's a good time to go ahead and do a little bit of cosmetic cleaning up here. And just getting rid of some of this thread. Because we are almost done with the shirt. Okay, and there is the threading right there, and it looks a lot nicer. It looks very nice this way. So now I'm going to flip it over and sew the sleeve in. And when I do this, I align it, the edge, along with the armpit and the bottom. So let's go ahead and start sewing this here. one side, and now we're going to do the other. And we will put this on Ken so that we can have here. And then on this one, we're going to start at the top here. And you'll notice over here when I cut it, sometimes it's not straight or even. Oh, sorry, that was me. Oh my goodness, hitting the... So let's move this up. So I'm going to be cleaning again all this little excess and all this excess threading. It's getting twilight here where I'm at, and I am pulling the collar through, and you get to see this is what it looks like right here, and the sleeve, and it's coming out to be such a handsome shirt for Ken. Right there. So I'm going to even this out right now. And I'm going to cut it to even this out. Okay. So since this part is going to fold like this, I am going to start from this little edge right here. And this is a little pre-sewing here, so that when we fold this in, it's going to be very nice and neat. Alright, I'm having trouble. There we go. This almost looks like a flannel shirt for Ken. Very country. Okay, so I did not sew all the way through, as you can see here. And this part right here, I am going to fold it. This is the outside, so, and the inside part of the shirt, it automatically folds itself even. So at this point, I fold it towards the outside like this, and sew it alongside. This is going to be the fold. And I'm going to clip the little corner so that we can have a very nice pointy front. And there we have the shirt. And this part right here, we're going to fold it in, and this is why I did that sewing, so we can have a very nice inside part of the shirt. And I'm going to hand hem this part right here. So now on to the other side. Gonna fold it like that. And then clip that little tip and fold it inside out. There we go. And what I'm going to do now is measure this to make sure that we have a perfect shirt here. So since we are doing this, let's hem this. I'm gonna do it single strand here. This is orange color, so it's gonna blend in very nicely in here. And then when I'm done, I'm going to sew this. I'm not going to sew this. I mean, I'm going to iron this out. So I'm just going to do a very simple hem in here. And this will take me about a good 3 minutes. So if we have something to do, right now would be a very good time, because this is going to take me maybe around 3 minutes. About 3 minutes to do. This is a very little needle here. I hope I have enough thread to take me all the way through. If I don't, I'm going to stop as much as I have, and then just finish it later on, because it does take me a while to put thread in these little needles. This one just happened to be ready with the color that I needed, and I'm being very careful not to lose the position of the thread. So right now it's a good time to secure this and double knot it. And it looks like I just might have enough. Let's see here. There we go. I'm getting very close to the finish line and the end of the thread here too. So this is the part where I'm very careful not to pull too tight, because if I do, I'm going to end up pulling the whole thread through. Oops. Oh yes, we're gonna do it. I just have enough to finish it all the way through the finish line here. That's my thread right here. Alright, that is it. Alright, that's it. Oh, there we go. And that is Ken's shirt. And I'm going to sew this into place here. All right, right there. I'm going to secure it down. And this, if I had a tag, this is where it would go. And that is the back. That's what we just sewed right now. And I'm going to bring Ken in here and give him his brand new shirt. And this is how it looks like. Very fancy, very nice, clean cut in the inside. So there is Ken with his shirt, and I am going to start with his pants. And let's look at his shirt. And that is really nice. Right there. So I'm going to put a pin on him so that we can see it. And then of course later I'm going to put the buttons and the hook. So there, let me see, let me sit him down so that we can see him. There is his shirt right here. Very nice shirt for Ken. So I'm going to put him along to the side. I'm going to take a sip of water and go with the pants now. Oh, I needed that. So here are the pants. This is the back side right here, and this is the front. And let's see here. This is the zipper part. I put it backwards, so let's take this out. We are going to sew that little zipper, that little pretend zipper part on him. So okay, so I'm going to be cheating right now because I don't know what part it goes, and I always have to look at it for reference. So this is the front right here. So that little, oh, look at that. Broken nail. You see that? So this is the part where we're going to be sewing that little zipper thing. So I'm going to start from there. And when you're doing this, you have to be mindful that this much is where we're going to sew. So it has to go as far as that much, almost an inch. And I'm gonna need to cut this nail because if I don't cut it, it could probably go all the way into my skin, and don't want that to happen. So I'm cutting my nail right now. All right, just cut it. So let's go over here, and right now I am working on very slowly that little part. So I'm going to do it again so we can have some. It's really close. The thread is really close to the fabric, so it's not going to be too noticeable. That's why I'm going. I went over it twice. Right there. See that? So now we can sew this together. Pants are fairly easy to do. So here's the front, right there. And yeah, we're going to continue on. So I'm going to sew the back. This is the part where it folds. I just had an accident here. And I just might sew through the night for Barbie. I haven't done any mods, so I might just sew a live stream. Okay, so there we go. This is the back, and right now I'm going to fold this in, and this is going to be our waistband for Ken. Okay. There. And let's get Ken in here and let's see how much room we have. So when we sew it all the way, it's going to be perfect. It's really good. It's a really good pattern, so very correct to Ken's body. So now the next thing to do is connect the inseam in the back. So I'm going to sew it all the way up to here. Right there. Okay, and open it up. And let's see here. So open it up to the pants. So I'm going to put a pin in here. Oops. And put a pin here. And then just open it up, and it's always best to do it like this. Let me see here, because it ends up being close right there. Right here. Okay, and fold that open like so, right here. Right there. There. So now we can sew this. Okay. I'm going to turn the light on. It's getting pretty dark in here. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to turn this inside out. Here are Ken's pants. And we are almost getting ready to do the cardigan. Alright, so I'm going to be needing the help of my scissors here. Especially since I cut my nail really close. So turning these little items, and this is for Ken, turning these little items inside out always takes some skill, believe it or not, because you don't want to get this all bottlenecked in there with fabric. So that's why I'm always moving it. And we are almost done here. And it's pretty tight. My cat's coming. I don't know that if you can hear that, but she's pretty loud. And that's, I already know that that's Cleo. Alright, so that is one. And now for the other side. So I'm going to have to close the door here. Alright, I'm back. I just had to close the door here. Okay, so since I'm live, I can't pause it to do this work. So there we go, and we're going to put this on Ken. These are some socks I made him, by the way. And it's easier for me to dress him this way. Just have his head on my body and just push the clothes in. Oh my goodness, look how awesome this is. It looks great on him. And this is the back. So the adding of the snap or the hook goes in after. And I'm going to do a little bit of a fashion show here because he looks really great. So let me see here. There's Ken. And there are his pants. And here is Skipper with the matching fabric. They look great. Let's see. Let me bring her up. So she's wearing the same fabric. I think I'll make something for Barbie later on. So on to the cardigan. One of the things I need to have a bottom part to this right here, the little pockets, that right there. So I'm going to use very soft white material for it because this is very, very hard. So this is the front right here, and these are the pockets. So these little pockets are going to go around here, and I'm going to look for white cotton right now. I'm going to use silver lining. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take these little pieces and sew it. I'm not even going to cut it. I'm just going to sew it on. And then I'll cut it. Oh. I kind of like messed with the lighting. So here we go. Alright, that's one little pocket. Now for the other one. I don't want the edge to fray, so that's why I did that. I'm going very slow because it's very important for the pockets to be exact. All right. Here they are now. If you're sewing as a beginner, don't get overwhelmed. Just think of just getting one part of the puzzle done one at a time. So, and that's how you get things done. Just one part at a time. So right now we're working on the pockets. And something so small things always take the longest. And they always look the greatest. This little addition. So there we go. Now we're going to do the other one. I mean, we can do the sweater without it, but believe me, these little pockets are going to look so cool. And since I have this pattern already for Ken, I'm going to start using this and put it on Barbie dresses, make it very mod. And you will start, you're going to start seeing Barbie having these little pockets. And it's all because of Ken. All right, there we go. So it's very important that they are the same. And I am massaging that in, and I am going to sew this down. All right. We don't need that, so I'm going to take it out. And the way that this is going to go is that we're going to sew it on and then flip it. Let me see. Let me show you. Here is the okay. So we just did this part right here. We just did this part. We turned it inside out, and we're going to put it in there and then flip it. Okay, here's the part. What I was saying. You put it in, and then you flip it down, and I'm sure that they probably sewed it with this. Let me see. Oh, and that says to stitch along the seam line. So let's go do it. I don't know if there was a part. Let me see here. Let me look at the pattern. Oh, that. I don't even know where it's at, but we're just going to guess where to put it. So here's one. So I'm going to put it right there. And wherever I put one, I'm going to put the other one right alongside. So I think that's a pretty good location, and it looks very straight and even. Oh my God, hold on, my cat's making a mess here. Sit down. Sit down. What are you doing? I have two cats, and one was coming out and the other one wanted to come in. So let's continue live. So I am so tempted to sew this down, but I need to put this on the other side so that they are even. So I'm going to put it on like this. And right where this is, I'm going to do the other one. You see what I'm doing? So I am, okay, so that is not straight. So I am looking at it to make sure that it is very straight here. Right there. Hold on a second. I'm going to do something. Okay. All right, so just making absolutely sure that this is even. Here. That looks nice. Okay. So now I'm going to continue with the rest. Oh man, just lost it. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good, but... Alright, so that was a good clean sewing. And now for the sleeves. See this here. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So now I'm going to do the hem here. And I'm going to do the other one to make sure that we have it the same. So that we can have a very good idea how it's looking so far. That looks really nice. This part we're going to sew it down when we get to that part. Let's I hope that you can hear me. I haven't been talking. I was just concentrating, just sewing, and letting you see me sew. All right. And the last thing for this outfit is going to be putting the lining. And that's going to be a very interesting part of this cardigan. So, okay, so we went ahead and did that. So now we are going to put it together with a pin, because we are getting ready to sew this now. Okay, so there we go. And there is the sleeve. And now to do this part right here. Right there. So there. Next thing to do is to sew this part right here. See this right here? So I'm going to Alright, so this part looks like the top. So I'm going to sew this down so that we can have this already done. Look how nice that is. So we're going to do this one too. That looks really nice. Okay, so this part, this is probably from the top. Yeah. So this one goes over here, so we are going to sew it like so. Put it here. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, so it's going to be just up to here. All right, let's do this again. So it's only going to be, okay, so this one's going to meet us there. So this one goes here. So we go like this. Alright, so this one does go together. Alright, so let's it's not enough. So what happens to this part? I don't think I had a missing piece. Alright, so let's just piece this together. Ay, ay, ay. See right here. Alright. So let's do it this way. We're almost finished with this difficult cardigan. But the first time is always hard, and because you're getting to know the pattern, just like I was right now. So this is definitely going to help you out there that are doing this. Because this part was not adding up for me. So now that I'm over here at the tip, it's going to go like that. Maybe if I would have gotten more over here, it would have happened. Just barely, see? Alright, so there we go. So there it is. Nothing in the back. So I guess what we can do is just go like that. Okay, so there we go. So there we are. We just have the lining for this part here. For that right there, that's it. And this part right here, we're just going to fold it over like that. So let's put this on Ken. Oops. So I am putting this on Ken now. And there's so much thread everywhere. I really need to sew this by hand fold it over because it's very thick fabric. Excuse me. It's a really nice cardigan. Really great material for this. Look how nice it looks here. So it's very thick, and I'm going to put him right like this. And adjust his sweater and the light on him. And it's getting very dark, so I'm not having very good lighting at the moment. Sorry about that. And here it is. I do need to sew that down in there. So here's Ken. I'm having such a bad time with lighting. And here is Barbie in her outfit. So and this is the one that we did right here. I just need to push it down and sew it in. So thank you for watching. It was an ordeal. I think cotton would have been better, but this is really like fuzzy velvet fabric. And next up is going to be this one right here. It's going to be red and a very cute hat for Barbie and a nice gray suit. I don't know if it comes with you really don't get to see it right here, but that's going to be the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'm going to go look for gray fabric. I'm going to continue sewing all through Saturday night. And we're going to do that red one, that red set for Barbie and for Ken. Now that I made this one, the gray one is the very same pattern. I'm going to adjust the pattern so that we can have the lining all the way through, because this one does not. It does not come through the back, but it's really, really nice. So I'm going to look for the buttons and put buttons in there too. We'll see you. And again, Skipper is wearing the very same fabric as Ken. So I'm going to put buttons in there and buttons on the cardigan, and I'm also going to iron this down. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon in the next live stream. Bye. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a share. See you soon.